A long time ago, well, back in the 2024 presidential election, CBS ridiculously edited this clip of Kamala Harris that I want to play for you because there is a settlement now. Paramount is trying to spin off some of its various properties via the cable news stuff, and they're wanting to do so and having trouble doing it because this looming lawsuit. Well, that lawsuit settled. Here was the clip in question. Watch this, and we'll discuss.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
You know, in watching that back, the second one really isn't even that much better. It's still kind of just the everywhere like such as the Iraq and the Afghanistan. And if you're old enough, you might understand that reference. But Alex, the CBS is going to pay up to $30 million. They settled a $16 million part of the lawsuit. Right now, up front, it's going to pay for legal fees, the case, and then the rest of it's going to go to President Trump's presidential library and charities of his discretion. Do you think this is going to make any sort of effect in the long term of the broadcast networks that have to have a license to broadcast selectively editing things against conservatives?
If the question, will the media ever become unbiased, obviously that is never going to change. I mean, the media will always have a bias, will always have a slant. That's kind of the role of the media, is to deceive the American people. So, you know, we have them dead to rights. We have the smoking gun. We have a court case where they're caught. They're guilty of manipulating, you know, a presidential election, the most important election in the world. And guess what, Joe Bob? Nobody gives a dang. Nobody, you know, and nobody could care less. And so the media is not going to stop. They're going to pay this $30 million fine. The same thing that they pay Robert Downey Jr. for one movie of Iron Man or something. And they're just going to move on because really at the end of the day, this is small potatoes. What is important to them is to try to manipulate future elections. And that's not going to stop ever, sadly.
I was hoping for some optimism, but yeah, I unfortunately think that you're right. Joy, your thoughts on this?
I think there is an optimistic aspect to this. The fact that this happened, it was supposed to make Kamala Harris look much better, and it didn't. It didn't work. The idea was to reframe the whole situation, making her look like some sort of genius queen, and for everyone to go run to the polls and elect her, and they didn't. That's not what happened. But what it did do is expose the fact that there is some sort of shadow government running our country, because we know it wasn't Joe Biden, and whoever it was going to take over for Kamala Harris, because we know it wasn't going to be her, because she can't finish a sentence, and neither could her predecessor. So now we know that someone else is running this place. We're not sure who it is, and the people have a lot more questions, and that's something, because we didn't know this before. This wasn't even a topic of conversation. We all assumed that the president is the person in charge of this country, and now we know that's not true. So who is it?
That's a good point. They tried to do all this hanky-panky stuff, and it didn't work. It's like one of the worst cover-ups in presidential election history.